So if your mother went across the stage in 49, you're 26 years behind her? Well, let me tell you, the reason I say that is because my mother and me were 36 years apart. You didn't wait that late to have your babies, did you? There was a reason for that, wasn't there? God intended for young people to raise babies. This old crank ain't got no business raising anybody's baby. Oh, dear me. I was also reminded by Earl, thinking that James and Nelda was a member of that first church that he served out of seminary. In 78, he's not quite graduated. He takes that little church, the Emmanuel Church in Lawton. But James and Nelda are not there. They're over at the Trinity Church. Sam Bowen is on the deacon group at Emmanuel that called Earl Gilley. I was glad to know some of this stuff. And I'm sorry y'all don't have a copy of my notes.
Somebody might have suggested that we put that on the computer with
I remember so many trips from Kermit to Ada or from Maple to Ada, you know, that we would come by and Nelda put us up anywhere and everywhere. Because we had a house full by then. All of our children were born by 69, and I remember the year that you guys moved from that little house up in town. I remember a story about a Chihuahua dog that was Nikki's medical partner. Your medical partner? Okay, that nearly got killed by the neighbor dog, and James went out to pick up your little dog, and the dog bit him. Oh, bit him in the thumb.
Pretty normal thing.
Pretty normal thing.
Chihuahuas, yes.
Yeah. So you got your doctoring from your mother, the nurse. Is that right? Okay, that's what I tried to draw from you. You know, she had so many opportunities. Oh, wow. Is that what it was? Oh, dear me. Okay. Years passing by. We just mentioned, in terms of 1978, it is 2020, people. The world is in turmoil, and thank goodness we still have a United States of America that has not tried to have a new political separation. You young people and your children and your grandchildren are going to have to rein in authority. But because they're not looking at the authority of God, we have many people in the Christian world at this time trying to tell folks our problem is not around us in our surroundings. Our problem is in our heart. We're not united. We're not looking up to God. We're not asking for His guidance. And that would be one thing that Nelda Bowen would have worked tirelessly, and her mother Viola, Ms. Bowen, at the little church down the road from Judy. Where did your mother go in Archie? I want to say they're on Oak Avenue.
Oak Avenue Baptist.
It's, is it Oak Avenue Baptist? Oak Avenue, maybe that's it. You think your mom went to First Baptist with my mom? I'm thinking Oak Avenue, but it could be either one. Anyway, we've come from this lineage of Christian folks, and we can't keep our mouth shut, people. God's people, we've got to speak out. And make sure that, first of all, in your own families and anyone else that you can touch, speak. Gee whiz. I want to finish with this one if I can. I made the note after deciding this story of me being Nelda's first love. A gifted just before Christmas time like a doll, only she got loyalty. That life is no accident. There are no accidents from God. He's doing this and that for the reason that He has in our plan. Are we going to complete that work, shun that work, say no to that work, or do that work that He has for each of us? Earl wasn't a pastor very long. We know that story. Nelda was as much a pastor as Earl Gilley ever was, and reached many people. We will never know how many youngsters at school, because it wasn't taboo back then, Timothy, to say something in the class about God and faith and follow Jesus. It's going to get tough now, or the world will just be better aligned with it. Sam Bowen, have you got anything you want to say besides my gibberish this morning?
Well,
Appreciate your opportunity.
I kind of like the idea of telling personal stories. And one of the things that we did today, because Mom loved being outdoors, she loved going fishing, she loved working in the garden. When she went to school, she studied biology, and her specialty was wildflowers. So we decided today that we were going to put wildflowers out here, because that's what she wanted. And just sort of standing here looking at what we have, it looks like, to me, with these cattails, it's like you're standing in the water fixing to baptize somebody. Okay. And like, it's like we saw so many cattails in so many ponds and rivers from, fishing all the time. And then, where we live, I don't know how many millions of acres of wheat start in Texas and go north all the way to Canada, and so we had to bring some wheat with us, because that was the most common flower you saw around our place. and then she just loved wildflowers. Indian blanket was one of her favorites. And we just went out in the farm and just went down and started picking wildflowers off the side of the road, because that's the kind of thing she would do, and she loved to identify wildflowers. So.
And has anybody noticed the birds chirping?
Yes.
Oh, she loved birds.
She would have loved this.
Yes. She went to some trouble for bird watching from time to time. Have you got a story that maybe you could
I
relate?
went on a bird trip with her where she and I went especially down to Charleston. Charleston. If you ever been to Charleston, there's two rivers. There's the Cooper River on the north and the Ashby River on the south. And if you go up the highway on the south of the Ashby River, you get to these old windmills. The oldest private home in the United States is great and tall, and it's still standing, privately owned until 1968, I think. And then there's the Bimbo plantation, and then there's this, I forgot how big it is, it's really huge reserve there, it's a reserve for wildlife and birds. And we went on a walk, being hit on by several large mosquitoes. And they had several alligators, and we saw like 29 new species of birds just in that one park. So the whole day going to watch birds in this park.
And this is after we're grown people.
Yeah, that was probably a while ago.
many of you have a card that you might have received from her? I think I have at least two. I don't know where they're at.
She did the wildflowers.
She did a lot
She
of
did all the
wildflowers.
wildflowers.
Yes, on the cards.
And she has all of those flowers that we had in there documented on her cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
God
had a
bless y'all.
special press. She would put the flowers in there, and she would press them until they were dry. She'd have press. So that's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Okay. Special part. My sister. I didn't know that this other love. I remember one little other story about coming home off the school bus. I apparently had fallen in the road. I didn't know I'd skipped my knee so bad. When I got home, Nelda saw the blood on my foot shoe. My knee was bleeding so bad, and so she nursed me pretty early, even after, I guess, raising me. I started school a little too early. Graduated at 17 years old, not 18. 1959 here at Ada. There have been lots of memories. I remember when James Bowen played baseball, and I'm catching the foul balls. Nelda's up there cheering him on, playing for the Cementers. They don't do that anymore, I don't think, do they? Semi-pro baseball here? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Any other kind of things that you might need to refer to in your families? Still quite a bit of it in that old Gilley book. I wish she could have had something published. I thought someday she might be famous. In my mind, she's a famous lady. Teacher. My mother taught, but see, unqualified. She taught as an 8th grade graduate in 1922, 3 or 4. But you know, you can't do that anymore. You have anything you'd like to add, dear?
My brother just told me to come over here by you.
Because you have
Because-
another song.
I have another song.
Have another song, please. Good, thank you.
And I wondered if Mayetta had a story because she got back up and come over here.
Mayetta, do you have another story?
Oh goodness, there are so many words I could use to describe Nelda. She was such a wise woman, a very godly woman, a great example of how to be a wife and a loving mother. As I was coming up through the 60s trying to find my way and which path to take and how to conduct myself, I always looked to her. She was doing it all. She was working, had a career, had a beautiful home, beautiful family, and I just always looked to her as an example of how to conduct myself, how to raise my family, how to be a more loving person.
Well, another one of the favorites that Sam asked me about, and can I say to the recording people that what you can't hear, I'll just try to transcribe it all, and we'll put it in the body of some of these messages, and it'll take a little while, but we'll get that done. There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we can see it afar. For the Father waits over the way to prepare us a dwelling place there in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore. We shall sing on that beautiful shore the melodious song of the blessed and our spirits shall sorrow no more. Not a sigh for the blessing of rest, for our bountiful Father above. We will offer the tribute of praise for the glorious gift of His love and the blessings that hallow our days. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore.
I'd just like to say thank you to Nelda and to James. They helped me out a whole lot. They didn't know it, but they did. I spent the summer there. I learned more there. I got more love and attention there than I did at home. She was going to whoop me. She thought I was lying. She asked me where my toothbrush was. I told her I didn't know what she was talking about. She said if I was lying when my mama got there, she was going to find out. She was going to whoop me if I was lying. I said, ask her when she gets here. And she admitted she'd never had us a toothbrush since I was 7. Thank God that she taught me about a toothbrush. Because I got most of my teeth in very good shape today. And that's just one little physical thing. Many powerful things to help me see. She was a great teacher, a great example. James was a great example, and he had some faults, but the good far outweighed the other. I thank James and her and the example that they set, and like I said, a lot of thank yous, and I thank Sammy for growing up, because he was very careful not to do the damage and the injury that some others would do. And today I'm very careful. I don't want to harm a young person or anybody else. I want to be careful that I'm sowing to God, and He's looking down here and seeing that God got a hold of me through all the bad and got me turned around. And I thank God for all the people that He put in my life that were very positive influences. And I just want to thank Nelda and James for all they've done and things that they did to be a good influence on my mother, because they were a good influence on my mother.
Your mom was a little hard to control.
Yep.
Well said.
Uh-huh.
For a long time, and then God got a hold of her, and had a hold of her for a long time. And there she was, driving old folks to Oklahoma City.
I don't have a large number of memories of Nelda. But when I was thinking about her this morning, she was just so sweet. She was always very, very sweet. And I looked up to her. She was an English teacher, so to me she was the smartest one and the sweetest one out of all this crazy family that we would go see sometimes. She was a sweetheart.
Yes, I always felt, I don't remember us being there a lot of times, but I remember being there on multiple occasions. And I remember that she always provided wonderful hospitality. You know,
Gotta get out of the water, man.
I think I've got it figured out.
she fed us and she put us up. And I remember playing ping pong there with Stephen being over there too. I don't know why we were all there, but I can remember hanging out, going out and looking at the dogs. Even when I had Eric, my first child, we were out there at Nelda and James for some reason, because I have a picture of me holding Eric up on a horse that they had. And so we did get to spend several times through my life, and I always felt like I related to her, even though I didn't know her that well as an adult, because I had 4 boys too.
Yeah.
You know, and so I always felt like she was someone that I admired. because of she made it, you know.
So, what color was the horse?
It was brown.
Brown. That was Shadow.
Yeah, I have a picture of that. And then,
He would like to run up to where the slough was and slam the brakes on and throw you off over his head. as a
well,
kid.
see, whenever I was old, I was a few years older, when I was about 24, I got thrown off a horse like that and it broke my back. And I was up on a horse trying to show an older Eric, who was about 5, that it was perfectly safe to get on this horse. And of
Well, it
course,
depends on which brown horse you're talking about.
so like that, your mom's horse didn't hurt me. It was later that I felt the horse. But then Mother found that picture of me at Nelda's on y'all's horse, and a picture of myself when I was younger, about 13 or 14, on a little pony, and she had these blown up for me after I broke my back falling off the horse. She thought that was really funny. But Nelda's
Speaking of
James
Mother
horse is
and
one
these
of those.
wildflowers, as I was going through some of my mother's papers and getting rid of things, one of the things that she had is a whole set of the wildflower cards that your mother made. So
Yeah.
those are very precious.
James served the military. Nelda was a military wife for a short time. I figure at some point he decided it wasn't enough money in it to support all these boys he wanted to have. I don't know what come first, the chicken or the egg there. But at some point in life, she fulfilled the duty as good as anybody could have in a different way. Then went into the world of work as a teacher. So there's bound to have been some years that I'm missing in my mind. I remember James and Nelda coming to visit one time, maybe for a Mother's Day or a birthday, and James got up on the roof of our home and patched a hole that the windstorm had made. I remember Ralph coming one time and fixing a window sill that had rotted out at the back bedroom. And so if you come to visit Viola, you nearly always had some other chores.
I
And
remember when Norman fixed the foundation, put that turnbuckle on there, painting, scraping, and all that. You
Yeah.
remember that, don't you?
Yes. Well, and
See?
how did they get it tight? Outside with a wrench?
No, underneath.
Underneath?
Yep. I was there in '77 when the tornado came by. I was taking care of Grandma. I'd left Mother, went and lived with Grandma. And you know, she was crippled. She couldn't get to a cellar. There wasn't no cellar. And it come right at us. And I opened the door and it sounded like a freight train running us over. She said, just pray. That's all we had to do. They blew the wash house away on one side and the garage on the other. Didn't do not one thing to the house.
Took the stuff that needed to go.
And it blew the Brook trailer park away. I mean, it did major damage.
Yes.
And you could walk outside. Just up at the other end of the cemetery, there was an old panel van with a 2x4 stuck straight through the door.
Wow.
And those big metal doors, it shot it straight through there. But that helped me to have faith. It really did.
Yeah.
You know.
Gilleys and Bowens and Falconberries and all of these others like Wanda's and the Richardsons and gee whiz, it just seems like a world of people. Not too many of them actually ended up with Gilley. For example, I have 11 grandchildren. One adopted, makes 12.
I
Yeah,
have
right.
9 grandchildren. You probably have more than that.
You have 9 already?
Sorry.
9 and 3 is 12. Oh, I'm talking about grandchildren.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Great grandchildren.
Sorry,
You're
right.
talking
You're
about.
right.
Now, and I don't know why
I don't know either, but I think it's time to.
it's about time to go. We're just
You
doing
want to sing one more song?
Anybody
Yeah,
else?
did you have us to say
Wanna
one
sing?
thing?
Please.
I obviously was a newcomer to the family. I met Sam in college, and Sam introduced me to Nelda, I guess it was in 1976, and I was a foreigner in a strange land, having been an immigrant, and I want to say that Nelda embraced me as her own, and we had a wonderful relationship. I feel like she was the best mother-in-law I could have wished for. And then when she asked us after James died if she could move to North Carolina to be closer to somebody to take care of her in her old age, I felt like it was an honor and a privilege to take care of Nelda in her final days. And I'm standing here just to say thank you and to pay tribute to a wonderful human being. And it's in God's glory that we've had Nelda in our life.
You did leave out the part where she bribed us for 12 years with cookies and cakes.
Oh yeah.
She was just a delight, and yes, it was difficult at the end, but I do not regret one moment having spent those hours with her when she was having a major decline in her health. And I stand here in front of you to say that I was with her when she breathed her last breath, and it's such an honor to have been there for her.
She had a perfect last day. If you could design your own death, she got it. We had people there reading the Bible. We had gospel songs going all day. There's a young woman who helped us out a lot, and she was praying all day long. And then what happened at the end was Earl called and talked to her and said it was okay for her to go home. They hung up and she went right there. She gave her permission to go, and then she went. It was an end that she personally would love to have seen herself.
So thank you, God, for Nelda Ramona Gilley Bowen.
Well, do you want this one last song?
Sure. And then you can close with a prayer.
Yeah, absolutely. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by. Have gone, I'll fly away like a bird from prison bars has flown. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joy shall never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
Sam Bowen, would you close this with a bit of prayer, please?
Sure. Lord God in heaven, please thank these people that have come in love and honor and respect for Nelda Bowen. Protect her and her glory and in your arms. We are very happy to have known this woman and have her to be such a blessed part of our lives. She was a happy, cheerful woman who tried to spread joy and love and teach all those around her this way of walking in this life.